The secret societies have been present in the history of man for a very long time. It all started thousands and thousands of years ago with the Brotherhood of the Snake, a secret society that goes back all the way to the time of Garden of Eden and Old Sumer. Most secret societies have been created with a purpose to keep hidden, spiritual knowledge away from the masses, to be shared only by a selected few of the power elite, who have generationally ruled over mankind behind the scenes since ancient times. George Carlin, the late comedian, described it very well when he talked about an exclusive club ruling over us, and we are not in it. Don't think for a second that people who have reached the top in society, whether it is in science, politics, music and art, Hollywood, banking or whatnot, have done so merely because they were smart, had talent and/or high intelligence. No, they had access to hidden information that common people don't have access to. Einstein, Ford, Carnegie, Clinton, Bush, Obama, the list goes on. They all had help from one secret society of another. Secret societies are also called brotherhoods for a reason. Once you become a member, you swear allegiance to the brotherhood and promise to serve them before anything else. This is very important to understand, because it means that the President of the United States swore an allegiance to serve the Brotherhood before he serves the country. With other words, the Brotherhood owns him and ultimately decides what he should or shouldn't do. You are in the hands of the higher rank members of the secret society you're signed up with, and this becomes more obvious the higher up the ladder you climb. One very important purpose with a secret society is to help other members and have an exchange of secret information. If you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. On a very high level, from where the powers that be operate, various esoteric and powerful information is exchanged so that these special people, almost always of the certain 13 bloodlines, can reach the goals that they decide for themselves and others. So much for the American dream, where we all are supposed to have a chance to become rich and powerful in the land of opportunities if we put our minds to it. This, of course, is just an illusion and will not happen unless you are one of them and go to the right schools. Every once in a while, some common person slips through the crack and actually becomes something big on his or her own, without help from the Brotherhood, but this is very unusual. Even if so, you are not very likely to keep your success if you in any way step on the feet of the powers that be. If you do, they will destroy you or your wealth. If you are considered harmless, they may let you get away with it just to prove that anyone can make it in the United States. The truth is that this person of the people who actually made it, did it despite the efforts from the Brotherhood to make it almost impossible. This is how the world is, and has always been, set up. A few people in power have access to some very secret spiritual, and other kind of, knowledge which gives them the privilege to step 100 miles ahead of us common people, to make sure they keep the power, and they keep it within their bloodlines. Usually, common people are welcome to apply for membership in secret societies and are sometimes accepted, but 98% or so are just foot people, a face outwards toward the society and never reach the top, where the true secret knowledge is taught for the worthy. Therefore, it's just smoke and mirrors for most members, and on the surface the secret societies serve as charity organizations, or help organizations to show the world that they are indeed benevolent, and there is nothing to fear. It's a perfect front, but now that front is breaking more and more as the real truth about these societies comes out in the open. Also important to mention is that there are benevolent secret societies as well, that were created as opposed to the Brotherhood controlled by the 13 bloodlines. These friendly societies were created to keep their intentions and knowledge away from the 13 bloodlines, especially during times when oppression has been severe, like in the Dark Ages for example. These benevolent secret societies still exist, but are now more and more coming out in the open due to the necessity to do so. We live in a very special time, and some of these more friendly-oriented societies will come out and teach mankind some very important spiritual lessons. Keep your eyes and ears open and you will soon know about them. Research points in the direction that an alien agenda is on the government's table as one among many other options to ring in a one-world government and a one-world dictator. They want to create an outside threat, a fake alien invasion, so that the countries of this world will be willing to unite as one, to fight the threat from outer space. If this succeeds, the Illuminati goal is completed. This is what we are getting prepared for in mass media right now, where they report more UFO sightings than perhaps ever before. Although there is evidence of ET societies visiting us on this planet, both benevolent and malevolent in nature, their agendas are not what I am talking about here. The UFOs people see are a mix of both government vehicles and alien ships. But if there is an alien threat being presented by the government, including holograms of spaceships in the sky, we are not talking about an alien invasion, but an attempt to scare the world population into uniting so they can ring in the final step of their world order once and for all. Note, if you, the reader, have a problem accepting the alien part of this agenda, feel free to exclude it from the picture for now, and please continue to read. You will most certainly find the evidence overwhelming on this website with or without the alien involvement. The information speaks for itself. The Christian viewpoint on this is that the Illuminati in fact are descending from the fallen angels and the giants that walk the earth. Those giants, according to the Bible, Genesis, chapter 6, verses 1 through 4, were the hybrid offspring of those fallen angels, who together with Lucifer were cast out of heaven and came down to earth. The fallen angels then interbred with mortal women here on earth, and their offspring were the Nephilim, the giants that walked the earth. Thus, they were the results of a divine/mortal sexual union. The Nephilim are, according to the Bible, believed to be the ascendants of famous rulers, outstanding leaders and mighty warriors who lived here before the deluge. My own research has taught me that this is actually true, but has been misinterpreted. And interestingly, the offspring of these beings are still here, walking this earth. As this website will show, these beings are the top of the ruling class. The truth is, in the background, throughout all history, secret societies have been working without most people being aware of their importance and influence. The original Brotherhood of the Snake soon split up into cults, when certain people on top were in disagreement with each other. Different powers of control developed, where they fought against each other internally, which still is the case today, out of sight from an ignorant population. They invented the different religions and sects and cults so man would be busy doing something else instead of looking into what the Brotherhood actually was doing. They put themselves in charge of the churches to entrap people and to spread conflicts between different belief systems. Most wars throughout history, like most people know, have been religious wars. Out of the original Brotherhood, Freemasonry, the Rosicrucians, the Knights Templar, Ordo Templi Orientis, Knights of Malta, Skull and Bones and more were created. Some people may object and say that Freemasonry, for example, is a charity organization and even a Christian society. Yes, that's what we're told, and that is what most members of the secret society believe. The vast majority of people involved are good people, who are ignorant of what is practiced on the highest levels, unaware of that up there in highest places is worship of the dark forces, practiced in very dark rituals, including human sacrifice. Their god is Satan, lord of this world, and perhaps this whole sector of the universe, and their interaction and control are the keys to what is happening in the world of today. There is a totally different struggle going on above people's heads than we are aware of, and this struggle affects our lives every day, and not in a good way, I may add. You can see the results all around you. Only because the human race is basically loving and caring, we still have decency in this world. But planet Earth has truly become much more negative than positive thanks to the powers that be and our own ignorance and inability to stop this from happening. Too many times we have looked the other way. If you are a Freemason, 1 degree to 33 degrees, and are reading this now, I strongly suggest you also read the article, Terminated! Freemasonry's Final Revelation, http://www.renz.com/general44/macpr2.htm by Dr. Henry Macau, where he can tell you that being a Freemason is not the safest thing in the world. The top Masons on this planet are planning on terminating you together with most of the remaining population, until only about 500 million people remain. More about depopulation programs later in this article. In our next video, we will talk about the Bavarian Illuminati. Still part of Wes Penre's 5 levels of learning under Introductory Level of Learning. Be sure to subscribe to this channel so that you wouldn't miss any new video uploads in the future. Don't forget to like and share this video as well. Thanks for watching.
With